Sure, yes, I've studied a number of languages. Would you like me to say something in French? Je ne sais pas exactement ce que je dois dire en français, mais je parle langue assez bien, pas aussi bien que allemand, mais je le parle, on peut me comprendre, je crois. And now I can say something in German. Deutsch kann ich eigentlich viel besser als Französisch. Ich bin im Deutschen relativ gut vertraut, weil ich 6 Jahre im Lande gewohnt habe. Und ja, ich freue mich, dass ich meine Sprachen hier benutzen kann, auch wenn ich nicht viel sage. How was that? I don't remember everything I said. I think I said I speak French. I can speak French relatively well. I think I'm understandable, but not as well as German. And then in German, I said I can speak German much better than French. I lived there for 6 years, and I'm happy to be here talking and using my languages a little bit.
Yeah. What kind of jobs have you had?
I've had a few different jobs. Most of the professional jobs that I've had have involved teaching at universities. I've taught at 3 universities total. When I was in graduate school, I taught at the University of South Carolina, which is where I did my graduate work, my master's degree and my PhD. Then I taught at the Universität des Saarlandes in Germany, and now I teach at Georgia College. I've had other jobs though. I've been a translator for a software company in Germany, and I've done everything else from delivering pizza to working at McDonald's to working in bowling alleys when I was a kid. But the professional jobs I've had have been mostly at universities.
What kind of education do you need for those jobs?
To be a professor, you need to have at minimum a master's degree, which is 2, sometimes 3 years after your bachelor's degree, which is your 4, sometimes depending on the person, 5-year degree that you get in college. And while the master's degree is the bare minimum, most college professors have a PhD, which is another degree beyond the master's degree. So you're looking at another 3 to 5 years after the master's degree to get your PhD. That's what I did. I did my first master's, then a PhD. Then I just recently completed the requirements for a second master's degree in a different field.
Cool.
Yeah, so it takes a lot of years of college to become a professor.
Okay. List your favorite and your least favorite jobs.
My favorite and my least favorite jobs. I'd say my favorite job is probably the one I have now. Although the one in Germany was really just as good as the one I had now. It was essentially the same job, just in Germany rather than in Georgia. I like teaching. I like doing research, writing articles. I like what I do. My least favorite job, I'd have to say, probably was working in fast food restaurants. I worked at Arby's and worked at McDonald's, and it's really hot. You don't make very much money, and you're on your feet all day. It's kind of a rough job. McDonald's was a rough job. Do you mean in college or in high school or elementary school?
Like in elementary school, right until I heard you did well in school until high school. I know that.
That's true. Did your grandmother tell you that?
Your mom, yeah.
Yeah. I did pretty well in school. I guess, I got fairly good grades up through about 8th grade. In high school, I slacked off a little bit, but then in college, I did very well. As far as what it was like, it was okay. It was a school in a small school in South Louisiana, right outside of a much bigger town outside of New Orleans, which is a pretty good sized city. But the town that I grew up in was a little smaller. We had about 35,000 people, so it was bigger than New Orleans. It's bigger than Milledgeville, I mean, but then it was right on the edge of a much bigger city of New Orleans. It was kind of a neat place to grow up. We had a big lake there, Lake Pontchartrain, which empties into the Gulf of Mexico, and a lot of times we'd go to the beach, go to Mississippi to the Gulf Coast, and lots of swamps and bayous in South Louisiana.
Okay.
Elliot, check out these mushrooms. There's mushrooms growing on the side of the logs here.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. That's a good size.
I don't think you should eat them.
You wouldn't want to eat them.
You don't want to eat mushrooms unless you know where they come from.
Yeah, that's a pretty big one.
That's a huge
Okay,
one.
thanks for the interview, Craig, and I'd be happy to do it again.
You're very welcome. He doesn't usually call me Craig. He usually calls me Dad, but you're welcome, and good luck with your project, and bye Miss English, and bye to the OA students in 5th grade.